I am excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
make sure the Christmas tree's in there. Oh, yeah. Erin, say hi, because they don't know
Hi.
who you are.
Hello.
This is Erin. Welcome her to the life, the journey of the show. It's not really a show, it's like a real life thing, you know? That's what I love about YouTube, is it's like a real life journey that you get to watch. We met on Bumble 6.5 months ago in June. I don't want to do all the talking.
This is the story of how we met and our engagement story.
You'll get better at it.
I'm right.
If you want to know, then keep watching. Sparkling.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Pretty much, we met about 6.5 months ago on
Bumble.
Insert the tattoo. It's a bumblebee.
We matched on Bumble, and we actually almost didn't even reply to each other. We almost didn't even meet.
You know, it's Bumble, so the Famale answers first, female. And she was like, hey. And I was like, okay, so tell me 3 things about yourself. And she was like, well, I like hats. I have this huge hat collection, like baseball. I love plants, and I was on American Idol, so I love to sing. And I'm like, well, I suck at singing. I never wear a baseball cap. I'm not a hat guy. And like, I could be into plants, but like extra plants, or you know, like there's a line, you know, to how many plants. Like, I got some plants.
Now we have a plant, yeah.
Our love fern.
Love fern.
Yeah. But I almost was like, like, am I into this girl? Like, I'm not really sure. But I wound up responding. We chatted back and forth a little bit. Then I eventually followed her on Instagram. You know, you always want to snoop someone out on like social media before you go and meet up with them somewhere. Yeah,
He asked me to go kayaking. Normally I wouldn't go kayaking with a complete stranger, but if you know anything about Jesse, he's very transparent about his life on social media. So before I even met him, I felt like I knew him. I knew where he worked, where he lived. I knew all his family members, whatever, anything. Anyways.
My dog, my
his
business,
dog,
my house.
After our first date, it was really apparent to me like, whoa, this guy is really different. Before we even left, every time we hung out, we already had plans to hang out again. He was always like following up with me, like texting me.
Intentionality.
Yeah, really, really intentional.
And she has the most beautiful feet. Look at these things.
All right.
Snitchery. Okay, and we appreciate all the comments on the last video about how you love our laugh.
My laugh. They're not talking about your laugh.
But we laugh. I'm the one who makes you laugh. That's what it is.
So we both like to travel, so we started going on some trips together.
True.
Savannah, Colorado, Disney.
Blue Ridge,
Oh yeah,
Georgia.
yeah.
I got to meet her family. I got to meet her sisters. I got to go on brunches and dinners, and we spent a lot of really great time. Like every minute has been very joyful and pleasant. I don't think either of us were really infatuated.
Yeah, but I think both of us kept like a pretty level head. We're just like, all right, I want to like figure this person out and get to know them and everything. So it's been like
we were liking at each thing that we learned. We're like, okay, I want to know more. Like we kind of kept pulling the string.
Yeah. So it's really been more of like a slow build versus like a.
But it hasn't ever like gone down. So it's been really, really slow and steady. Yeah, you're doing great. You're really doing great. She's my bar chart lady. Okay, so
line graph.
excuse me. Bar chart was our thing where I'm building her up and her knowledge about real estate.
All right.
All right. So also around this time, I was like starting to film for my documentary. So Erin got to really see.
It's a really unique experience to meet somebody and they're filming a documentary about their entire life. It really was like a very immersive experience in getting to know Jesse.
Erin wants to learn about my world.
As I learn more, it's just like I get a chance to learn how I will fit into it and what parts of it I will enjoy like doing and helping with.
It's really cool. Yeah, we're blending very well. So we started looking for a ring. We went to a few different shops and then we went to this one. We both were like, this is the place, like at the same time. Like we just knew this is where we were gonna buy the ring. Look at that, John. We were just like really on the same page about everything, even down to the ring, and we just made it happen. So.
Bing.
Was that a bing to my boom?
Yep.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom. Jesse is not good at surprises at all. That's okay. The morning of the engagement, we were sitting at breakfast and he was texting one of my friends to see if she wanted to be there. And so I said, are you sure? Can I scroll through here? Can I read this? Because I figured there might be some secrets in there. And he's like, it's fine. So I saw everything.
I didn't actually like ruin the whole surprise because when we got there,
I still had no idea what exactly was going to happen.
Right.
I knew that it was that night. I wore
Yeah.
white. It was no coincidence. But I didn't know when it was going to happen or what was going on. All I knew is that we were going to have dinner and that there might be some flowers involved.
she was nervous before.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
before
gosh.
dinner, I was so nervous
Insert the clip.
because I knew it was happening. Can't say anymore.
I've already spoiled way too much. Just drink water so you're not so nervous.
Breaths. What if he says no? But then as soon as we got to dinner, it was like our place, and you know, I'm just with Jessie, so I just felt totally at peace in that moment.
Then I was like, all right, let's go take a walk. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. And so we get there, and
So we go for a walk in the square, like in the little town square, and we walk up, and I hear a saxophone player. There's a saxophone player there, and he's playing Hallelujah. It's very beautiful.
thank you, Jordan, for this.
Tell them what you're gonna play.
Hallelujah. I heard there was a secret chord. You know,
Okay, a little bit
a
of that.
nice little classic.
So then I look up, and I see there's a little photographer and a videographer just like running around in the woods, and then I see a trail of flower petals, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's
This
happening.
is the moment.
And then before it's even happening, I'm already crying. Like,
You start crying, so I start crying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting engaged too.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is like the moment that you always like dream of as a little girl.
right, yeah, it's like, it was so surreal. It's something that you always think of, like, yeah, it's gonna happen to me eventually, but in the moment, it was like, oh my gosh, this
is
moment,
it.
it's happening.
Right now.
Like, so we walk along the path of flower petals, and along the way there's some roses. So we picked up the roses, and then we get to the end of the trail, and it's so beautiful. There's vases set all around in a circle.
With
in front of the-
ranunculus.
Yeah, with ranunculus, my favorite flower. And that is the moment.
Rose petals all around. So I took my coat off. She took her coat off, so we're wearing white. And I pulled the ring out, and I was like,
And I blacked out. I have no idea what he said because I was
Right.
so nervous. My brain was not even working.
I said, from the minute I first met you, I knew you were perfect for me. And I love everything about you. I was like, I want you to marry me. Then I just got down on one knee and looked at her.
Right, you didn't say, will you marry me?
And
then
she was like,
I didn't even say yes.
she was like, obviously. So later we had to
We
go
had to
and
clarify it,
I
yeah.
was like, all right, will you marry me? And she's like, yes.
Yes. So officially
So
we
we're
are
officially engaged.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you have it on.
Yeah, not yet. You get
Right.
yours later.
In that moment, we were just like both so overwhelmed with joy. And that's what brought the tears. We were just so happy that we had gotten to this point of being able to make this preliminary commitment to planning a wedding, to getting married.
Yeah, there's a wedding, but there's also a marriage included in this.
Yeah.
We are both big on planning, so we've already found and booked a wedding venue that we love. It like perfectly fits both of our aesthetics.
Design
it's just
and
like clean
style.
and beautiful.
We
and,
love the same stuff.
Right.
Like-
So thank you for being interested in following along on our journey so far, and
Yeah.
we are so excited
Thanks.
for all like the wedding planning and stuff that's gonna come. But most of all, we're like so excited for our lives and like to see them
We
merge
really are.
together. Yeah.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Marriage is a beautiful thing. I highly recommend it, even though I haven't done it yet.
Right. We'll let you know
We're planning on it.
if we recommend
We're
it.
planning for it. We'd plan on getting engaged. I mean, we'd recommend getting engaged.
Right. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and recommend this
Liking-
YouTube
I
channel to other
recommend you to
people.
like and subscribe.
Yeah, so we won't blow you up with like a bunch of videos about this topic. I know you're here, if you're watching my YouTube content, more for like construction and business, but we're gonna be talking a lot about that too, because this is my new partner with like a lot of things. So stay tuned for that.
Next video, you'll see me in a hard hat.
All right, love you. Click the like button if you liked it, or the dislike button if you hated it, and
Right.
we'll talk to you next time. Peace.